They abandoned on
I
the
must
side.
give you a Neuralink, bro.
I would love one, by the way. After the first couple thousand go through, I want one.
You put one in?
Oh, 100%.
I would.
Once the Neuralink actually works, you'll be able to make so much money that it doesn't matter how much the procedure will cost. Anyone will be able to afford it. The first few, would probably go for an absurd amount of money. Because, even if you had $0, you could just hypothetically borrow $100,000 to get it. Because once you have infinite bandwidth to unlimited knowledge, you can make unlimited money.
It doesn't scare you at all?
No,
You're like pretty much a robot at that point.
But we already are.
This
You're
is
just making people less
Corinthians
human.
chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get a advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. First and foremost, want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders and the bishops and the brothers worldwide, hellspan and true throughout the four corners. Any last days, here with a new beginners lesson. Let's get it. And Satan goes into deceiver. We know that the American infrastructure is failing. We know that the dollar is nothing no more. And we know that Esau, the so-called white man, has puppets out here. Has influencers, as Mr. Beast has over millions and millions of followers to get millions and millions of views on his platforms, YouTube, Instagram. Mr. Beast has candy bars. Mr. Beast has everything you can imagine, you know what I'm saying? And this man just kind of came out of nowhere all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? And you said he's speaking in that video saying it's worth it. Like, soon he get it, soon it becomes available, he gonna get it. You guys have to understand the powers of words, the power of influence. And he has many, many, many kids, millions of kids following him and watching him. He's everywhere. So this is coincidentally, this is where we going, the digital infrastructure.
Kim Kardashian might be plotting something a lot stranger than another skincare line. She might be gearing up to convince the world that Elon Musk's brain chip can magically boost her intelligence enough to help her finally pass the bar exam. Yep, that's genuinely a theory floating around right now. And honestly, knowing the Kardashians, it's either a subtle campaign for Neuralink or the perfect setup to drop a brain-boosting supplement on her audience. Let's unpack this mess. Here's the thing. Every Kardashian move is rehearsed, polished, and strategically filmed for maximum public reaction. They've had 15 years of practice manipulating the storyline. And suddenly Kim Kardashian is trending because a brain scan supposedly showed she has low activity in certain areas.
There's like a little aneurysm. Whoa. They're like, just stress. And I'm like, why the is this happening?
Of course, people started connecting dots. Is Kim prepping the public for a Neuralink partnership? Is she teasing a future supplement? Or is this just classic Kardashian storyline engineering? A lot of viewers think that the scene was deliberately included because Kim could eventually become a Neuralink spokesperson. And honestly, imagine Kim Kardashian as the face of Elon Musk's brain chip. Reality TV would never recover. So in the episode, Kim visits Dr. Daniel Amen, a well-known brain expert, and he tells her that her scan shows reduced activity in the front of her brain. I mean, you don't have to be a neurologist to joke about that. She even panics over the holes in her scan.
Is low activity. Compared to this one, the front part of your brain is less active than it should be.
The doctor explains that it could be stress, studying 10 hours a day, or just burnout from prepping for the bar. Still, it freaks her out enough to promise she'll get on some kind of treatment plan. Now, here's where it gets interesting. People online immediately started connecting her low brain activity storyline with Neuralink. Tyler Oakley joked on Twitter, asking if Kim was laying the foundation for a Neuralink deal. Another person said Kim will get the chip, suddenly pass the bar, and then claim the device turned her into a genius. And honestly, that's not even the wildest take. Because if Neuralink lets your brain Google things internally, wouldn't that technically be cheating? And TikTok absolutely ran with this. Users said, Kim's crying about failing scene was strategic. She knew people would mock her, the clip would go viral, and then when she magically passes later, the transformation will be believable. They think she's creating a before and after storyline. Fail bar, low brain scans, Neuralink, magically pass, praise Elon Musk, normalize brain chips. People also pointed out something important. Kim Kardashian is not dumb. She is extremely calculated. She knows that the public underestimates her, and she uses it as leverage. If she plays dumb, her success becomes more dramatic, more inspiring, and more marketable.
We know these women look up to the Kardashians. I mentioned keeping up with the Kardashians, meaning my lessons, because they have been the face of whoredom. They have been the face of a lifestyle that you can use to manipulate men. You can use to manipulate the system. Salaki. And these people know what they're doing. They know the power and influence. And, Kim Kardashian came on the scene via sex tape with another entertainer go by Ray J. And that's why you see these OnlyFans. That's why you see these women soliciting themselves all via internet everywhere, because this family alone has promoted an image to American women that you can get anything you want by sex and lust and wickedness. And so you got the kids, Mr. Beast, taking over them. You have Kim K promoting to these whores. It won't be long that it's going to be a rapper promoting to these YNs. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15 through 17. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. The image of the beast is a whole digital infrastructure. You got barcode scanning, technology, you have surveillance, this implant that you're going to have put inside of you in order for you to keep up with this society, to pay your bills, to pay whatever. And that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed, deleted. So it's going to come down to a time if you don't, decide to take this, you have the possibility can get persecuted. And the brothers always go into this. It said, know what you part of. And it's truth. It comes with a cost. It's blood. That's why we're going to have to go off of shared faith that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah that's going to be with us in these times, the day of wickedness, evilness. And, sometimes it's hard to fathom that one day you're just going to have to hit the switch and just turn off everything that you feel about this world, but you have to do that now. Me speaking as a man, I feel like my temptation go through the waters, go through the roof. But I'm realizing that I got to help myself. I pray to the Lord, help me help myself. You know what I'm saying? That comes with sacrifice. That comes with sustaining your flesh. Because these women going to take it. These kids going to take it. And Jake, he want to still be part of this world. It's going to be hard for him to let it go. No clubbing, no nothing, no none of that. And everything is dead anyway. These people are spiritually brain dead anyway. So that's what the brother, the dudes, was saying in the video. Well, you're going to be a robot. And Mr. Beast basically saying we already are robots. So you have to listen to what they saying when they say it, not just overhear it. Listen, dissect what they're saying. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark name right here on their foreheads. So this is the technology. You got the Black Mirror episode, season 7. Their whole segment of episodes are talking about this technology called nubbing. It goes in your head, it goes in your arm. You can see your past, you can see your future, and that's the deception. You know what I'm saying? That's us not being ignorant, because how else were you going to be able to persuade people to give into this? Well, this AI inside of you, you can do whatever. You can pass this. You have the right answers to you have the right answers to the test. You can write. You can be the best rapper. You can know how to manipulate. Whole time that's a trap. And we're not ignorant Satan devices. You know, the wickedness is he's just like iron. He's wickedness. Like you can't trust thy enemy. Well, like not like look at the history of these people. We was talking about we was supposed to get reparations. Where they at? You supposed to get your acres. Where they at? You're supposed to get your donkey. Where it at? You're supposed to get paid back from slavery. Where is all this stuff at? They're gonna keep roping you and keep dangling this carrot in front of you to your death, and that's where we headed. A lot of you people will probably be slaughtered because you don't want to take heed to what the hell is really going on. This is him coming down with great wrath. How was these people able to maintain power and control over the masses? Through deception, through manipulation, through sorcery, witchcraft, magic. These are real things that these people, these powers to be, practice and do. You have to already be spiritually, mentally prepared for this. Like, hey, one day the Lord said, be as pilgrims. We're going to have to let all this go. We letting it go right now. We get our daily bread and that's it, man. If you take this, man, it reminds me of the movie. It's called The Uglies. Check it out. It's on Netflix. And basically, like, these students, they get to a certain age and they have to get to surgery. And the surgery basically goes into charagma, an incision, wherever how they do it, and transform them from being normal. Now they're beautified. But the whole time, all they're doing is make you another person in the system. And those that didn't take it, they was able to kind of see things for what it is. Like, no, like you people acting weird because it's going to put you in the metaverse, bro. You're not going to be normal no more. The things how you look at life right now, it's not going to be like that no more. This is naturally how we look at life. Like I look outside, I see the colors, I see the sky, I see the birds, I see normal interaction, but who's to say you get this technology and then something just alter your whole reality? That's what's going to happen. People are going to be stuck in their own reality, bro. And you're going to be stuck in that. Because guess what? AI is thinking for you now. Artificial intelligence is inside of you now. And yeah, you're going to be able to probably do some things, but they can flip a switch and turn off your money. And then what? Turn off your digital currencies. You got to understand this technology, they're going to have certain limitations on it. Like as us calling on the true names of Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, in that AI, they going to have it set up that you can't call on the true names. They're going to have it set up that you probably can't even say God. You can't even say no religious belief. You can't say, they going to take the Bible out of it because that's what they want to do with it anyway. So when you have your technology inside of you, you're not going to be able to mention the Lord's name, faith and belief. All that's going to be out the way. You just going to be sitting there being a slave to lust and temptation and just eating and gorging, but you're not going to be in reality. You're in a false reality. You're in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen. People going to think, you know, oh, my mom and let me call my grandma and stuff. Like, the whole time your thoughts going to become so warped, you're going to forget half the people that you normally know. Watch the movie Uglies, man. Do not take this. It said, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So, yeah, this is the deception. They're going to use these influencers, entertainers, musicians. All these people sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. So they can't really speak on politics too much. They can't speak on what's really going on. And that's why they are paid. They are paid to deceive you people to make it seem like, well, if you do what I do, you can be like me one day. The whole time this is witchcraft. This is sorcery. And we can't wait till Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai really get up with you wicked people, man. So you brothers and sisters, man, we ain't got long, bro. Like, we just got to remain and not give into this. Because if you give into this, the next chapter over, Revelation 14, here you go. Verse 8, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, America. Confusion. That great city, America. Because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, the philosophies, the influence, the vibration. You have other countries talking about they banning OnlyFans because it spread morally decay. It morally decayed to society, which it does. Why you think these women act the way they act? They're spiritually dead, mentally dead. They gone. And the third angel followed them, saying with the loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead and his hand. So it's telling you, if you do this, you receive this mark in your hand and your forehead, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, wrath, destruction, chaos. You know what wrath means. These devil come down with having great wrath. The Heavenly Father wrath is beyond this white man wrath. Heavenly Father's mad already, but he finna really let you finna feel that. And how you gonna feel it? Which is poured out without mixture. So it ain't no chaser. It's straight raw. Straight 100% proof. Straight raw, straight everything. The dregs, the every tidbit you finna eat and feel all that. And it said, into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. Fire and brimstone, that's going to come from the nuclear missiles. On top of the plagues that's already going to be here in America, on top of the plagues, the chariots shooting off them laser beams from the chariots. But the nuclear missiles really going to be here in America, and it's going to be a whole, America is going to be a lava pit. You know how volcanoes erupt in lava? That's what America going to be consistent of. Because all the nuclear missiles are going to shake up this whole foundation, and all this stuff going to melt stuff, and it's going to be like straight slaughter out here. And that's what's coming. And imagine your body, you in that pit because you thought that you had a chance to still make it in America. When we let you know that America's dead, it's over with. Who want to be melting alive together, bro? You know when the Lord sent that water, that rainbow, that covenant that he wasn't gonna flood this earth again, we got choked out by that water. This time, you're gonna get melted with that heat because the Heavenly Father's a just balance. So he got rid of us with the water. Now the fire coming. You're gonna be cooked alive, disintegrating. I don't want to feel that. Your eyes melting. You're mentally. The Heavenly Father's finna cook a lot of you people. That's scary, bro. I think about that. So I don't want to cook alive. I gotta, whatever they gonna have to do with me, I got to handle that, and Lord, will the Lord be with me so I can get through that. Remember our forefathers, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They didn't bow down to the King Nebuchadnezzar. They threw them in the fiery furnace, and the fire didn't touch them. Remember they threw Daniel in the lion den. The lions didn't touch them, and Daniel ate. We got to remember these stories in the times it's about to happen. The key to your salvation is paying attention to the scriptures, fearing the Lord. It said, and the smoke of the torment ascended up forever and ever, and they had no rest, no day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever received the mark his name. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai. We have to keep the faith and stay in this. It said, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, right, blessed are they, the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yes, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. So we die. Our works follow us. We die. The Lord got to account that how we went out. The Heavenly Father knows how the Heavenly Father know what. Just like when Cain slew Abel, the Heavenly Father questioned Cain, "Where is your brother?" And Cain was like, "Who of my father is my brother's keeper?" But the blood of Abel, his spirit was speaking to the Heavenly Father, like, my brother just killed me. So the Heavenly Father is the Father of spirit. So he know ultimately how you went out anyway. Either he destroy you or whatever. The Heavenly Father, he knows everything. So that's who you got to, this is the Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai are the entities and powers and spirits that we need to be worshiping and fearing and trying to make a good example, a good case to. Not man, not your woman, not your kids. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Just like the Heavenly Father, only begotten Son, been taking care of us all these times throughout these decades, these centuries, been feeding us, giving us jobs. We have to understand that we have to let this go too, because if you take this, that's it. I don't want to go out like that. I don't want to be melting alive. I don't want to feel that. Whatever got to happen, I got to deal with that. But that's what the cost of being in the truth and getting there. We have to. The servant is not greater than the master. What did Lord Yahweh Shai do? He got crucified, and he resurrected in 3 days. And where he at, on the right hand side of Heavenly Father right now. We have to look at these examples, these great examples in front of us. Job got tempted, went through all type of hell, and guess what? The Heavenly Father, he endured the temptation and his trial, his faith, and the Heavenly Father blessed him sevenfold. His daughters were some of the most beautiful women over there in that land. So the Heavenly Father is not man. This is us on you. What you gonna do? Because we ain't got too many options. You gonna take this or you're not gonna take it. Lord, hold this lesson, edifying y'all, praise Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, stop on to apostle, elders, and bishops, and the brothers worldwide, spreading the truth out of four corners, any last days, new beginnings lesson, Shalom.